Hello everybody, welcome back to Stargirl Society, the podcast that inspires you to reclaim your power and start living the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Phoebe Goldsmith, and if you're new here, please join us. If you like today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I just wanted to say as well that I'm hoping to soon do a advice episode, like you send in your dilemmas, I'll do a whole episode answering them. So if you would like to be part of that episode, you can email your dilemmas to contact.pgg7@gmail.com, which will be on the screen. You can also DM me at Stargirl Society Pod if you wish. Everything shared will obviously be anonymous. It could be about life, relationships, work, literally anything. And with that being said, let's get into today's episode. Today, I'm going to be telling you why you need to start being delusional as fuck. We're going to be talking about what being delusional means, why it's the key to our success, and how we can start to implement delusion into our life to become the best version of ourselves. So let's define what it means to be delusional in order to create success. To be delusional is to think beyond what you have been told you can achieve and what you have been conditioned to think that you are capable of. Some people have a big fat problem with people talking about being delusional. That might be you. And why is that? Let's clear up for a sec that delusion is not denial. People think that to be delusional is to be in denial, deny our flaws, deny adversity that we face, deny that the success of other people exists, to be cocky and think we're the only one that is important. Now let's speak about what delusion actually is. It's to acknowledge our flaws, but to see them as our power. It's to recognize adversity, but to believe that it's happening for your greatest good at all times. And most importantly, being delusional is not about other people. It's not about constantly thinking we're better than everyone else. It's actually got nothing to do with them. It is all about you. It's not about denying that there are other successful people out there, but it's about believing wholeheartedly that there is also space for you and your success. Delusion is about believing something different from the crowd. It's about deciding to be brave enough to go beyond what most people in the society think is possible. It's about questioning our reality and the reality of others and cultivating a new reality for ourselves by feeding our brain a new idea, a new reality than what we have been told already, to reach a new level of success, of self-concept, of confidence. And when you are delusionally optimistic, people absolutely hate it, which leads me nicely on to my next point, which is why we need to be delusional. And the number one reason is to escape the projection of other people. People that hate delusional people wish they could think like that. They hate to see people achieving more than they ever thought they could, or that they themselves have. Listen, it is easier to believe that reality is chosen for you, that your life is shit and you don't have a say in it, because this mentally and emotionally keeps you safe from the pressure of having your whole life's trajectory in your own hands. So when you are bold enough to think you deserve more, to act like you deserve more, to start behaving like somebody who will achieve more, people hate it because they themselves don't feel like they can do that or think that way. Brave, delusional individuals will never tell you to be quote unquote realistic. When someone whose entire sense of self is built around the idea that life sucks for them and that they're not good enough and they will never achieve anything, or they can succeed but within limits, when they meet somebody who is delusional and believes the opposite, that threatens their entire self-concept. And when the self-concept is threatened, that is when projection comes out. They want to trap you in their reality. This concept of our own reality is what anchors this whole concept of being delusional for success. Reality is relative. my reality is different from your reality, which is different from our parents' reality. And understanding this is essential to going through life for two reasons. Number one, it helps you to have compassion and also digest the most indigestible decisions that people make. It helps us to realize that people come from all different walks of life, and it allows us to be compassionate towards other people's reality. When people make the decision to treat you in a certain way or to make certain decisions, it's very easy to go internally and think, what did I do to deserve that? How did I trigger this response from them? But when you allow yourself to understand the concept of different people having different realities, you can detach from that and say, that's their reality. Secondly, understanding the concept of realities for different people allows us to question what we have been told about ourselves and what we are able to achieve in this life. Someone's reality is conceived throughout childhood and continues to grow and change throughout somebody's life. So why are we trying to live our life off of somebody else's reality of what is possible? Being delusional allows us to escape the cage that other people have put us in. When someone says to me, oh, be realistic, by whose standards? Yours? I don't think so. Family, friends, teachers, society have shaped our self-concept and have put us in a cage. Being delusional is the key that allows you to get out of this cage. Additionally, why we need to be delusional is because delusion helps our success and our self-concept. And don't get me wrong, you can have success, you can have a good self-concept without being quote unquote delusional about yourself and without breaking free from your current reality and expectations. However, if you want to go to the next level in life, we're going to need to start cultivating some delusional thinking. And you may be thinking, what is the next level beyond just my standard level of success or my standard self-concept? When it concerns success, I think it's thinking beyond just having wins and realizing that you can be at the top. It's not playing it safe. It's making bold, terrifying decisions. It's doing things and going after things that you don't deem possible. Reaching the next level for self-concept is starting to realize that things aren't just luck. It's no longer thinking that you have to die to succeed for something. Believing that you're worthy just as you are. Thinking of your wildest dreams and realizing that you now are worthy, not this future version of you, and seeing that this version exists within you. That is the next level of self-concept. And now that we understand the benefit of being delusional and what being delusional is and how that's going to help us, we are going to talk about how to start being delusional in your life. The first point I'm going to make is to start creating a new reality using the ladder method. So when we think about reality, we have to realize that reality is relative and we are all starting from different places, completely different life experiences. Some people don't think they're capable of anything. Some people might have positive beliefs about some things and negative beliefs about other things. What you need to do is ask this version of you right now what your dream life is and accept whatever comes to you. Then we're going to want to visualize this new reality. Pinterest is obviously phenomenal for this. You can have words on sticky notes though, you can have a physical vision board, whatever you want, but you're going to create a vision board out of what you think is your current dream life and you're going to put it somewhere where you can see it or somewhere that's easily accessible. Now, where does the ladder method come into this? So although I'm the biggest advocate that you can achieve anything you want and you should never shrink your reality or shrink your dreams based off of past conditioning, I also think it's really important that we build up our new reality and start building up this delusional thinking slowly but surely. Our delusional thinking is allowing us to unlock the cage that we have been in, and then we're going to take a step out and then another step. We might look around for a bit. We're not going to run straight away. Because here's the thing, if you don't even currently believe that you hold the power to change your reality, you're not just going to magically start seeing yourself as a millionaire. We have to be gentle with ourselves and slowly build up our new self-concept so that we don't start to resent delusional thinking. Because if we push ourselves too far too quick, we're going to start feeling very threatened by that, and it's going to feel even more like something you are never going to be able to achieve, which is doing the opposite, which we obviously don't want. For example, when I look back at all my vision boards that I have on Pinterest, I have 7 from 2019 to 2026. You would not believe the difference in what I thought I could achieve when I was 17 versus what I think I can achieve now as a 23-year-old. As an example, on my 2019 vision board, which I have right next to me at the moment, I have inspiration pictures that I want to take with my friends on the beach. I'd hope to go to Paris. There are piercings that I've put on here that was my goal for 2019. All of these things to my mind at the time felt very achievable, or if they didn't, they felt like, oh my God, going to Paris, like that is crazy, because that was crazy for my reality at the time. And now 7 years later, my 2026 vision board looks like a 7-figure lifestyle, owning my own place, traveling the entire world with no budget. Pictures that signify a level of confidence that I never could have even imagined 7 years ago. Even my vision board from 3 years ago was nowhere near where it was now and what I perceive in my reality now. So the point I'm making is that I could not have paid me even 3 years ago believing I could achieve the things that I believe I can now. It wasn't even in my universe. It's not that it was like in my mind, in the back of my mind. It was not even in the room with me. Your reality will change so much with your self-esteem, and your self-esteem grows when you choose a goal as the next step and you achieve it and you feel confident, you feel trust in yourself, you feel momentum. So when you select a dream life right now that feels good and you start working towards that and then you achieve that, that is how we are climbing the ladder of delusion instead of trying to just go from 0 to 100. Your dream life right now, if your mental health is bad, could literally just be to feel like life is worth living. And then when you get to that point, you'll be able to then alter and cultivate a new reality that's a step up from that. You're leveling up. Forgive me for the very dramatic example, but when we think about this cage of expectations we have on ourselves and the way we keep ourselves small, or our comfort zone could be what you're visualizing the cage as. If you've been kept hostage in a cage, when you first see daylight, you're not just going to go, oh my God, after however many years of my life, I've just seen daylight for the first time. I'm just going to go and get a job, become a millionaire, and just go boss immediately. It takes time as you step out of the reality and the cage we keep ourselves in to acclimatize, get used to our surroundings, and level up slowly but surely, and giving ourselves grace. The next way to act delusional is to start acting as crazy as possible. This is what people that hate delusional people fear the most. When you come through with these affirmations that you possess this trait or this car or this job, and it's not in the physical reality. What I like to do is when I'm journaling and doing affirmations is to look at my vision board and create affirmations based off of that. Say, for example, I've got a picture of Brazil, which I do have on my vision board at the moment. I will write an affirmation saying, I'm so grateful for my trip to Brazil this year. To people who don't believe in that, they're like, what the heck? Like this whole speaking into existence thing. But let me tell you this, if you laugh at yourself or you find it funny when you are starting to affirm these things into existence, that is the best sign that you are breaking free from your current reality. If you find it funny the way you are now visualizing your life as opposed to the way you were before, that humor, that oh my God, what the fuck am I doing feeling is a sign that you are at the boundary of your beliefs for yourself. So please make it a game. Test your limits with it, make yourself laugh with it, hoard your successes, create an alter ego, look in the mirror, have a specific song that you be delusional to about, and visualizing your dream life in your dream space. Put simply, act like the person you want to become. Speak to yourself like you already have it, and start being unbelievably delusional about what you can achieve in this life. Meditate on these thoughts, visualize these thoughts, start writing down affirmations such as, the universe would move mountains for me if it needed to. You are that powerful. You are. I don't know, pick your favorite brand. I could be the CEO of this brand if I wanted to. Whatever country you're from, I could be the prime minister of this country if I wanted to. You have absolutely nothing to lose by building yourself up like this. You are harming no one by building yourself up like this. And that is the other thing when we think about how to start being delusional. It's expect people to hate you. It's expect people to hate it. Anticipate people will hate it. People closest to you might hate it. But please remember this, the reason it's called delusion is because the people that hate on it see it as insane. If somebody calls you delusional, you are doing things right. We're flipping a word that is used for when someone doesn't understand you, when you're on a different planet to everyone else, and saying, yes, if I'm confusing your small-minded reality right now, if that is insane to you, then that is exactly what I'm going for. I actually need to confuse you in your reality to know that I am leveling up in mine. Because what I know I'm capable of now is not within your reality. So yeah, you are going to find that crazy. You are going to think I'm delusional. Yes. It's very important as well that when you start this journey that you are kind to yourself with whatever thoughts come up. It's not about pretending and faking and pushing away negative thoughts, because that's not what we want. It's starting to build a new self-concept, and as that happens, your old self-concept is going to absolutely hate that, and you are going to learn so many things about your self-concept and what you think you're capable of when you start being delusional. The things that make you laugh, the things that scare you, the things that you're like, oh, I can't say that about myself. You will learn a lot. It will reveal a lot. It will tell you a lot about your inner child, about what you were fed as a child. And it's important to be aware of that and not push that away. Like I said, delusion is not denial of the way that we feel, denial of the pain that we've been in before. It's acknowledgement and then using that to fuel ourselves, to have even better love for ourselves. At the end of the day, what I will end off with is just by saying that you have nothing to lose. Time will pass anyway. If you still don't believe in the power of delusion, come back to this video in a year and see what's changed in your life. And then go and be delusional for 1 month and see what happens. Time will keep passing. The world will keep spinning, whether you believe you can achieve the absolute most or not. You have absolutely nothing to lose. The worst thing that could happen out of being delusional is that you stay at the exact same place. Give it a go, have a bit of fun with it, and see how far it gets you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you stayed to this point in the episode, comment the rocket emoji. You can follow my TikTok at Phoebe Goldsmith and my Instagram at Stargirl Society Pod. Don't forget that if you want to be featured in the Advice Dilemmas episode, then you can email contact.pgg7@gmail.com. It's on the screen, or DM me at Stargirl Society Pod. Everything will be kept anonymous. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you next week in the next episode.